Ducks can be
Ducks
anywhere.
live in ponds, also in cartoons. Hello!
I'm Mac,
And I'm Cheesy.
and today's podcast is served with a side of
Pizza.
pizza.
You have an interesting story about pizza. You're Canadian.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure where this was going. I was like, do I have an interesting pizza story? I do. Okay, so, now this is, I didn't say this when I was telling this to Cody and Keith, but this is unsubstantiated. I don't remember where I heard this from, so, it might not be real. Anyway, so there's this pizza place in Canada that it's basically like the McDonald's of pizza places. It's everywhere, on every corner, super popular, and they have this jingle that goes 967 11 11. Call pizza pizza. Hey hey hey. Like everyone knows it because it's on all the commercials. And so I heard that at one point when people were crossing the border into Canada and they were trying to figure out like which cars to search, they would just ask people to sing the Pizza Pizza jingle or just ask them what Pizza Pizza's phone number was. And if they knew Pizza Pizza's phone number, they were like, this person's really Canadian, so we're just going to let them on through. And if they didn't, then they were like, okay, this is the car we're going to search.
That sounds like kind of a fun search, though. Because it sounds like a game show where they just like pull you aside and start asking you a bunch of trivia questions. And then if you get them right, you get to
Only the smartest
Yeah.
get to go into Canada.
Yeah.
Or those good at memorizing phone numbers, which is an art that we are losing today.
Yeah, there's not enough jingles. It's just a bunch of, like...
That's not what I meant, but yeah! More jingles!
Yeah, there's just a bunch of, like, logos that pop up in your face, and then there's no catchy song.
Where did the jingles go?
Yeah. Like Canine Adventix.
Back on this!
Yes, because it's adorable.
Back on this! He knows the whole song!
I'm not going to do it now. But it's just a lab.
I guess we'll never know.
It's like a puppy. No, I'm not going to do it. Don't tempt me.
Once we get 1,000 subscribers, Cody will sing the Canine Advantix song.
Oh, we'll never have to sing it then.
Woo!
Yeah, no, I just feel like there's not enough jingles in commercials today.
That's true. That's true. Although I never see commercials anymore except when we watch Hulu, which we just started watching. And you see the same 3 commercials over and over and over again, and I don't know why they think that's a good idea. Like, you could see a commercial for a pizza place, and you're like, yeah, you know, maybe I kind of want pizza.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to wait till the episode's over before you order pizza.
Right.
And throughout the episode, they show that same pizza commercial 4 more times, and you're like, you know what? No. Pizza sucks. That pizza place sucks. I don't want to order from them anymore because they ruined my show.
Yeah.
Why do they think that's a good idea?
Because it kind of works in some ways if your name is Cheesy and you like pizza.
But, like, okay, not a pizza commercial. They got, like...
Cars? Well, I'm not going to eat a car.
I'm just saying, when you see the same commercial 20 times, all of a sudden you hate that product because you're sick of that commercial.
It's true.
So it has the opposite effect. And Hulu loves repeating commercials. So I don't know why you'd put your commercial on Hulu.
And creepy commercials. Like, but I feel like they did their job because there's like really creepy claymation commercials.
So many of them.
Yeah, there's like more than one. I guess they know who their audience
Like 4
is.
different claymation commercials that are super unsettling and...
Anyway, pizza. I had kind of a bad experience with pizza last night. But before we get into that, I'll just tell you my first experience that I haven't told you yet.
Oh.
This is the reason why Keith, our other roommate, and I took so long to carry out our pizza. Because I was kind of a a-hole in this situation. Without being an a-hole, not like I went in there to be one, it just kind of happened. We ordered pizza online, and instead of the like regular pizza sauce. I like the like Parmesan garlic white sauce. It's way better.
Yeah, that's all I ever get to.
Yeah. I don't even know why the red sauce is an option anymore. This is 2018. We should just change it up a little bit. Anyway, I get there, and it has the red sauce on it.
I'd be upset about that.
Yes. And I like stood there for a second, and I was like, okay, what do I do here? Because I work at a restaurant. We both work at the same restaurant. And we just know what that's like to have customers just complain about their food even though it's like already made, and then you have to waste that food. I wasted the food, and they made me a new pizza with the white Parmesan garlic sauce.
Did you waste the food?
I
Don't
don't-
you think
well-
probably if they didn't give it to you for free, then the employees probably ate it. I doubt they threw it away.
I hope they ate it, yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
If someone sends something like back to the kitchen that they haven't touched because they're like, well, I haven't gotten to eat any of it yet. But I know that like a lot of restaurants, you send something back to the kitchen, but you haven't touched it. You're just like, oh, I asked for a different sauce on this instead, but you smothered it in this one. Then we're like, oh man, this sucks. But at least the one perk is when we got some free food.
Yeah, so hopefully they got to eat. So now I don't feel like an a-hole. I just feel
Yeah.
more...
They just had to suffer through crappy red sauce.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
true.
their fault.
So that was the first pizza incident. There shouldn't be more than one.
There shouldn't.
The second one was last
No.
night.
First, let me
Okay.
preface this a little bit. Pizza ordering is easy, right?
Okay.
You pick the type of crust you want, sauce, toppings, whatever you want, so whatever you're feeling. You don't even have to call them anymore. You can just click little buttons on the computer, and then, boop, they pop up at your house with the pizza. You pay them. Maybe you already paid online with your credit card, whatever, but 30 minutes go by after you use the computer. You got a pizza. Super easy, super simple, almost impossible to mess up. Tell your
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. So, I was ordering online, pushing all the buttons, and then I'm waiting for my food down at our apartment gate, and it hasn't come yet. But that wasn't really my concern, even though I had been waiting. Because in my head, I was just like, I think I should call them. And so I called them, and I'm like, hey, I ordered a pizza. And I'm sure they were just thinking, like, oh, great. This person doesn't have their pizza. They don't even know that it's on their way. We're just slow. It's just a little behind, whatever. I called them, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I left an address for the delivery. And so I said it was under my name, and then they were like, oh yeah, you put it for carryout. I was like, well, I mean, that makes sense because I didn't put my address. So can I change that to delivery because I don't have a car? And they were like, yeah. And so they upped the price, but then my card got declined even though my card was accepted the first time. So I had to go get a lift to go and get my pizza. They didn't get my pizza. I went and got the pizza, and then the lift brought me back to my place. So it ended up being like a $35 pizza. That can't be right. It was like a really expensive pizza, more than it should have been. And I don't know how I messed up that badly. And it made me sad. Because we have everything that is like done for us today, and I somehow just messed it up.
And
I have a story. What do you mean, and?
his bank called him this morning
Oh, yeah!
to tell him that they charged him 3 times for the pizza.
Yeah, they charged me 3 times for the pizza. And so I wasn't allowed to use my card until I called them.
How does that happen?
Yeah.
How does that happen? He had to go to pick up the pizza after already waiting for it. Was it cold?
No, it was
No,
warm.
that's
It was
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes.
And then he had to fix this problem with his bank. He had to spend all this money on a Lyft driver.
Yeah.
Ordering pizza.
But they thought I had one crazy, like, pizza party night. But also, like, I think...
One pizza?
No, the bank thought it was, like, 3 pizzas.
Oh.
So, apparently
But why would they charge you 3 times instead of 1 time for, like, $60?
Right. I guess that's where their concern was. But this bank apparently doesn't throw pizza parties, because 3 pizzas was just like, whoa, wait, you're eating 3 pizzas?
It's because they were the same price. It's because it was 3 charges for like $20.72, and they were like, that doesn't sound right.
I guess so. It's just confusing that banks are involved in our money, and this is going in a different direction.
I don't know what he's talking about.
But you've never had any credit card problems?
I've had some, but none that were my fault like that. It was all the bank's fault.
Sure it was. Explain.
Okay, I'm going to talk about it quickly because it's still very traumatic. There was one time that I went to Walmart, and I just moved to LA, so it was like my first shopping trip, so I got a bunch of groceries, and it was like $250, and I went to swipe my credit card, and it got declined. And the people at Walmart were like, well, maybe you maxed out your credit limit. And I was like, no, because my credit limit is like $5,000, and I've only spent like $300 on my credit card, so back up off me. And it's super embarrassing because they don't believe you. They think you're super irresponsible with your money when your credit card gets declined, and it's just awful and traumatic, but it wasn't my fault. And I called the bank, and it was like 10 o'clock at night, and they didn't understand what the problem was. They were like, it should be working. We don't understand. You'll have to call us back tomorrow. And at this point, like an hour's passed, and I had to use my debit card, which was also very upsetting because I didn't know how much money was in my, what's that called, checking account. And so I go home, and I found out I only had like $5 left in my checking account after the Walmart purchase. So like I scraped by like hardly. And then I had to call the bank the next day, and they were like, oh, well, we sent you a new credit card, so that's why your old one's not working, because it's going to expire in 2 months, so we were being proactive, and we sent you another one. And I was like, well, I never got it, so why did you deactivate the credit card I was using, because I never activated the new one? And they're like, oh, sorry about that. Well, we'll rush ship you the other credit card so you can stop using your one that's about to expire. And I was like, okay. And they didn't. They waited 3 weeks and then sent it out rush shipping. And it was stupid. And very upsetting.
I had to take a breath for one of us.
I'm fine.
You don't seem fine.
I'm fine!
I guess that's a way to introduce our new mascot.
He's the best.
This is Yorsh. Doesn't he just haunt your dreams?
No, he's adorable. Let him look at the look at the camera.
I don't. Oh my god.
Yes, this is Yorsh. He is a sweet little handmade Yoshi. He just looks a little different.
It was like a bonus gift that we got with
Yeah.
another purchase, and he is just doing his best.
We love him.
But that's
so,
Yorsh.
podcast mascot, because it's not. This is very clearly not a trademarked character. He's a sweet little adorable knockoff, and we love him.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
He's good for throwing at people.
Love is a strong word.
Well, I love him.
Yeah.
But speaking of Nintendo, another thing we wanted to talk about.
Waluigi for Smash. This is for people that are really into Smash Brothers and people that really want Waluigi in Smash Brothers. How do you feel about him? Because right now, he's not in Smash.
Yes.
In the new game.
Right. Not as
A playable character.
A playable character. I like Waluigi. I think he is a cool, interesting character. I think that he's just a goofy guy. I think he would have an interesting move set, but I also think he's never had his own game. So I think they're kind of like, oh, we don't really know what we would do with him. But I think he's been in so many of the sport and Mario Party games that it would be easy just to give him attributes based off of that. Like, like he could pop out a tennis racket or a golf club, although Peach kind of does that too. Um, but maybe things more related to Mario Kart. I don't know. I understand it would take some time to come up with a cool move set for him. But I feel like everyone else is in Smash, and Waluigi's always getting left out. He's never had his own game. He hardly has his own identity, and I think he's hurting.
Wow. That's sad.
It is sad.
I don't really care. Like, if he's in it, cool. But if he's not, then...
That's harsh.
What?
That's real harsh.
Where are you going? Anyway, oh, okay.
I want you to say that again to his face.
I don't want to...
Say it. Say
I don't
say
think
I
people-
don't really care to his face.
Is that what you care?
Yes!
I don't know.
We
It's
care.
just weird, because
Look at him. He's already in a fighting stance. Like, bow, bow, bow.
Anyway, there's a Smash Brothers Direct tomorrow, and I think there's a possibility that he could be announced, and that Nintendo is just trolling.
Yeah, everyone is upset because in one of the previous trailers we saw Waluigi as an assist trophy.
Explain what an assist trophy is.
An assist trophy, it's basically like an item you can get in the game where another character will pop up and help you battle for a little bit, whoever grabbed the assist trophy. And so we saw some footage of Waluigi acting as an assist trophy rather than a playable character. But this is something that is becoming kind of popular nowadays, more so for like movies, but recently they've been coming out with movie trailers with footage that's not in the actual movie. Footage they filmed to make it appear like, oh, this character is in the movie for longer than you think, or just they don't want to give away the plot of the movie, so they film something specifically for the trailer, but the story could go in a completely different direction.
Yeah.
So I think it's possible that they know how bad people want Waluigi, so they filmed him as, well, they put him as an assist trophy in the trailer. They had a small mechanic where they programmed it into the game, him as an assist trophy, but that might not actually be in the final game. He could still be a playable character.
Yeah, I think the weird thing is, too, is, like, it seems like this game is really getting updated with all new features, and then in the trailer they showed Waluigi as an assist trophy like he was in Smash 3DS and Wii U, and it's like the exact same moveset.
Right, and why, out of all the assist trophies you can show, why bother showing one that we've had for a bunch of previous games? Like, maybe that's just what they happened to put in the trailer, but I think it could have been to just throw people off the trail so Nintendo could have this awesome kick-butt announcement about, like, hey, you know that person that you're dying to see in the game that you thought for sure wasn't in the game? Well, guess what? He's in the game.
If he's not, though, I think this is...
Ignore all of this.
I mean, this is really the time for them to show him off. Or just the answer is if he's going to be in it or not, I think is finding out tomorrow morning. Because I think this is... They'll have more announcements because the game doesn't come out until December, but I don't know, I feel like this is kind of his moment right now.
You don't really care.
I do care. I think it's a funny meme that he isn't in a lot of stuff, and so people like make fun of him. And I think that once he gets in, there'll be memes, but that other meme gets left behind, and that's like the funny part of it is he's the one friend that doesn't get invited to the party.
Some memes need to die, though.
That's true.
That's the thing.
That's true.
Waluigi is gonna get into Smash, and the meme's gonna die, just like the Leonardo Oscar meme had to die.
But you don't see any memes.
He got his moment. They both deserve a moment. Now it's Waluigi's turn.
Okay. I guess we'll find out. I hate everything has been thrown at me today. Food has been thrown at me and Overcooked.
Oh.
And
It's like, I did not waste food.
no. I didn't get to tell my little joke of the first time I used a debit card. Which...
Going back to the first topic, because someone's unprofessional. Go! I'm ready.
It's not even that good. It's just I had my debit card and I was purchasing something and the lady at the counter says, you have insufficient funds. And I told her, no thank you. Because I didn't... I didn't know what she was talking about. I was like, it was like...
No, I don't want to use those today, thanks. I'll save them for next time.
I felt like she was asking me, like, oh, would you like to donate to blah, blah, blah. And I was just like...
No, I don't have enough money to pay for what I'm buying right now, so...
But I like to think that that's how I can get out of all of my troubles.
Start saying
people
no
are
thank
like,
you.
Hey,
Politeness goes a long way.
You have to pay your rent. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
That's very kind of you, but I just don't feel it this month.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
This podcast has to go on for like 20 minutes longer.
Why is that?
No, thank you.
Oh!
Say no, thank you.
No, thank you.
And I was gonna end it! And, well, that's the way the mac and cheese burns. Cody sucks at
Crumbles.
podcasts. Yeah, you know, you burnt it today.